Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So on today's video I'm going to bleed my clutch and replace lock valve or delay valve. Some people call it delay valve, even though this is, by the way, this is a part number in case you want to buy it for your vehicle. Mine is a 328XI manual transmission, obviously. Otherwise you would not have that delay valve if you would have automatic. Anyway, this is the valve. They call it valve, but in reality this is just a plastic fitting reducer from big hole to a small hole. So when you release in the clutch pedal, it's not going to jerk and have any negative or too harsh on your flex discs, on your universal joint, on your motor mounts, and basically this valve is saving your drive shaft components, drive line components. And some people remove this valve, they saying that they feel clutch in full. I did not see that much of a difference, but I know this is a money saver for the future. You're not going to replace your motor mounts or drive shaft or a flex shaft that often. Why I'm replacing this one? Because mine has little wetness on this O-ring. So instead of replacing just the O-ring, I decided to replace entire fitting because it's only $12, and it's the original one is 15 years old, so it's time to replace it anyhow. I'll try to show you. Go underneath of my vehicle. Okay, this is where it locating, and this is just a click type. So as soon as I'm going to unclip this metal circlip up, I can just slide it over. So there is one on this side right here, and another one is right here. This fitting is between the actual brake line and the actual metal brake line that go into the clutch sleeve. That's where I'm going to bleed it after I replace it. So stay tuned. Okay, now as you can see, I was able to pinch a rubber brake fluid line with the pinch hose, pliers, so to avoid dripping too much. On this side obviously I cannot do nothing because it's made of metal. And now the next step is just prying up both of the clips that holding this fitting and pull it out. Expect that it's going to drip, which is normal, but that's how it is. Then replace this middle piece right here. Now the clutch brake fluid is going into the same tank where the actual brake master cylinder is. So this is 2-in-1. So for your brake system and for your clutch is going from the same reservoir. And this hose, this is the one that's going down underneath all the way to the clutch sleeve. So since my brake fluid is not that clean, I'm going to replace it completely with a fresh brake fluid, and then I'm going to bleed the clutch and all of the brake brake calipers on each wheel individually. I'll be using this product that I had it for a while, probably for 6 years now. It's working perfectly. Comes with a cap. This is not the original cap, you have to buy it separately if you want to have a made of aluminum. The cap that comes with the tank will be made of plastic, but I did not like the quality because I was afraid that it's going to crack. So I order this part number separately in case you will be planning to buy it for yourself. So let's do it. Well, now my power bleeder is ready. I have a fresh fluid inside. I connected to the brake reservoir, but I did not open the valve. By the way, I installed that valve separately and on purpose. Why I did that? Because there is a few connections, like the connection number 1 behind the gauge connection number 2, and there is you have a rubber seal at this fill cap. So if any of those 3 connections will ever fail, it will be leaking air from there, or fluid, let's say that, and I'll know that this is one of those 3 connection points, or number 4, let's say that, before the valve. One of those 4 connection points are leaking if my needle is dropping. Otherwise, without this valve, if the needle will be dropping, I will never know where it's the leak coming out from the gauge, from this cap, from this connection, from this connection, from this connection, or anywhere in the vehicle, because it's pushing pressure all over the brake calipers and the clutch. Okay, now I'm ready to open the valve, and my needle is going to drop by 1-2 psi, which is normal. As we can see, the pressure is, yes, the needle dropped by 1 psi, so it's pressuring brake fluid all over the vehicle, and the needle is not dropping on its own anywhere further than that, which is a good sign. Otherwise, I would suspect that maybe the clutch ring is not seated properly after I replaced it, or maybe there is other leaks on any other brake lines or calipers. Now I'm going to start bleeding my brakes. Why I'm going to bleed the brakes first, not the clutch? Because if I'll bleed the clutch first, I will bleed with the old fluid sitting in the reservoir. So I want to get rid of the old fluid, so by the time I'll replace it all over the on each wheel individually, my reservoir tank will be with the clean fluid already. So I'll do the clutch as the last item that I wanted to bleed, and I will know for sure that the cleanest brake fluid will be coming out from the clutch. So the old fluid catch tank, I'm going to use this one, and it has a scale how many milliliters is coming out from the clutch on each wheel. So I'm going to drain 200 from each wheel, so which is right here, this is my mark, 100 milliliters. So 200 from each wheel, that's going to give me a total of 800 milligrams will be spent on all 4 wheels, and then I'll have 2 milliliters left over for the draining or bleeding the clutch and refilling the brake cylinder, master cylinder. I guess I forgot to mention that I'm going to start with the driver rear wheel first, and then passenger rear wheel second, and then I'll go to the passenger front wheel, and the last wheel will be my driver side wheel, because this is the shortest line. This is my brake caliper on the back, on the rear, which is the driver's side. So I'm going to loosen with a flare nut wrench, which is a 9mm, and then I'm going to connect this catch tank and wait until the brake fluid will be going down. As you can see, I'm already connecting. I mean collecting, not connecting. Okay, well, I'll catch 200 milliliters from this wheel, and then I'll move to the next wheel. And this is just a sample. I'm not going to show you on each wheel how I'm doing this, because this is too much for you to watch. But as you can see, the old fluid is coming out. Alright. Now I have drained my first 100 milliliters from the rear driver side wheel, and I'm going to drain one more like this. But before I do this, I have to pump up, raise my PSI pressure to 15, because the needle, the best pressure would be between 10 and 15. You don't want to go any lower than 10, because it's going to be not enough pressure and you will be bleeding your brakes much longer. And you don't want to go anything higher than 15 psi because you don't want to blow any of the seals in your brake master cylinder or clutch cylinder. So I'm going to raise it to 15 and continue to drain my old fluid from all four wheels. On the second drain or bleeding, I've seen that after 150-160 milliliters my brake fluid was clean, and that was the indication that fresh fluid is coming out now. So I'm not even going to bleed it all the way to the 100, to my mark, but 160-170 milliliters is enough for each wheel. And this is the color of my passenger side rear wheel. Color of the fluid, as you can see, is not yellow, it's a dark yellow, it's more greenish. So I'll bleed another 50 milliliters, yes, from that side of the wheel and move to the front. But I just wanted to show you the color comparison to my previous statement when I drained my first driver's side rear wheel. Now don't forget, if you're using the same or similar type of equipment that you do in this brake bleeding by yourself without any help, don't forget to maintain your pressure between 10 and 15. I'm keeping it at 15 because this is the best flow. I don't have to wait too long, and it's not it's pretty safe for my seals. Now after I'm done with all four wheels, I'm ready to bleed my master clutch cylinder, which is right here. So you have to remove that rubber nipple from that bleeding screw. By the way, this screw is 11 millimeter, so you will need a 11 millimeter open end wrench. This I find it the best, and same 11 millimeter on the front wheel caliper. So, and I'm going to do the same. So I'm going to loosen first, because you might have, it's not going to come out right away. You might have to loosen a couple turns, and with that bleeding cap, it will not be that comfortable for you to turn in the same time. So just get it loose until you see it starts to drip. Be careful so it will not drip on your eyes. And then I'm going to get the catch can. It takes longer to get it loose. Okay, well, as you can see, I'm still turning, and it's going to come. Well, now it's dripping, I can see. Now I'm going to use my catch can, and this is it. Now it might be a little bit slower than your brake fluid because of that reducing valve that I replaced. So the hole is smaller, so it's going to, I'm assuming it's going to drip slowly than from the regular brake line. But no, it's actually going pretty good. Now I'm going to drain another 100 milliliters from this one until I see a yellow fresh fluid coming out. This one's still greenish. So, well, basically this is it, guys. Well, I got almost 100 milliliters, and I'm going to go underneath one more time to get another 40-50 milliliters, and it should be good to go. So this is how you can do it yourself. I'm sorry if the video was not the best quality, because I was doing this by myself and going underneath without the car lift. It's not very convenient place to hold the camera and loosen all of those bleeding screws in the same time, but you got the idea, and I hope that was helpful for some of you. if you're doing the brakes or the clutch. God bless you, God bless United States, God bless Canada, and God bless Ukraine. Bye.